Hi, it's Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we're on to our next organ viewer request. Been on the organ for the last 3 videos. Trouble in My Way. I have to cry sometime. In the key of E flat. So let's look at our drawbar settings. We'll give you this one from a practice standpoint. We'll let you start right here. The 2 white drawbars to the left of the drawbar settings so that you can be somewhat similar to the tone you would hear from a piano. And let's do our E flat major scale, and we'll stop right here. Back down. As you can see, I can talk and do scales. You will get to this point as you practice them. What you want to be able to do is to hear the melody as it is formed from either a major scale or the minor scale. So there's a difference of learning both scales, because this song has both a major and a minor component of chords. Goes from minor to major, and knowing where both scales lie within the context of the song gives you a optional choice. So melody starts in the major, trouble in my way, or it could be the minor, trouble in my. Which one do you pick? Whatever the singers are using. We'll go with the major. I have to cry sometimes. So let's give a little more harmonics to our tone. Trouble in my way. Let's take this out. I have to cry sometime. Now, I stress doing the melody from scales because you need to see what chords will you put underneath the melody. I lay awake at night. Try to remember the words. That's all right. Jesus, he will fix it. We'll go straight through. After a while. So now that's generically where our melody might be. A lot will depend upon what the singers are doing. But again, melody gives you the opportunity to now look for the chords. You have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to, I call octave 8 or 1 again. From a major standpoint, but from a minor standpoint, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to octave 8 or 1 again. So now you have 2 choices of where to pull your chords. So what I look for is, where's our melody starting? So that's in the major family. Trouble in my way. Again, this is all practice to help you lay a foundation for where you want to pick your chords from. I have to cry sometime. Now, because we add that flatted 7th, we're in a jazz mode. To the 4, trouble in my way. We have to cry sometime. Turn. We wait awake at night. That's all right. Keeping it straight. Jesus, he will fix it. Jesus, he will fix it. Jesus, he will fix it. Turn after a while. Now again, if you don't practice your scales, you won't be able to flow through the runs. A tritone. Now, I always like to say you practice to a beat, because to get the timing down. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, trouble, trouble in my way. I have to cry sometime. Tritone, trouble in my way. 4, I have to cry sometime. Turn. I lay awake at night. But that's alright. Jesus, he will fix. We'll keep repeat. Jesus, he will fix it. Jesus, he will fix it. 6-2. Now, if you haven't developed the bounce yet, that's okay. I have a whole series on the gospel bounce because for this type of song, depending upon the tempo, which is practice tempo, you can apply the bounce and come off the melody and just be able to bounce around it. And do that chromatic climb using just the tritones. So now we've got a framework for our song, but now we just did the jazz pentatonic, the pentatonic and the bebop. Let me see. There we go. And the bebop scale also. Again, we're adding more scales. When you get into gospel music, we'll find that they borrowed a lot of scales from jazz. As musicians came from the jazz world and started playing for churches, they brought their style of music with them. So we've got you started. Let's now change our drawbar settings, get a little bit more of a fuller sound. Because that's what you're going to be doing when you're in church, getting out of going into a different practice mode. Let's put this high up right there. So now you got a lot more fuller sound. Trouble in my way. Now I said there's going to be some minor chords in there. That's what I meant by the minor chords. Trouble in my way. And let's try some. There's your minor chord. Right under. And try some. So if you play for a preacher, you're going to use preacher chords. Again, all these chords are relative to when you want to use them. So let's go back to our beat, and let's establish a fuller sound. That 2, 3, 4, 1. Trouble in my way. Trouble in my way. I got to cry. Walk the trouble in my way. I got to cry some. I weigh it. Minor, it's alright. Jesus, he will fix. Jesus, he will fix. After a while, turn. Major, minor, minor, lay awake at night. Minor, there it is. After a while. So as you can, touching the wrong button there. So as you can see, you can now manipulate. Move that controller over. You can manipulate the music as a musician. You are determining how the singer's singing. If they're singing in 3-part harmony, you want to follow where they are. If they're singing in unison, then as a musician, pick and choose. Do you want to go major? Do you want to go minor? But you've got to position the correct chords, especially with your left hand. Now, if you haven't developed the left hand yet, that's going to be a hindrance to you. As you can see, I can float my left hand around the scales, around the chords, and around the bass should I choose to. But that comes from practicing not just the traditional major minor scale, but the chromatic scale. Because you want to be able to manipulate. As you can see, the left hand is right there in sync. You preacher chords. Jesus, he will fix. After. So we give you here at Sound of Joy all the different options. Now, if you are a numbers musician who uses the number system to guide you, we're in the 1. Trouble in my way. I have to cry sometime. All these chords are in the 1. We'll go to the 3 or the 2, 2 plus, 3 to the 4. Trouble in. Now we're in the 4, and here because we're in the 4, which is an A flat, which means I can go to A flat. I got the 5, 6, 2, 5, 1. As I say, the number system I will talk to for those who are familiar with it, but I don't play to it because I like to be free. If I want to go to the 6 or if I want to go to the 2 or the 3, I like to have that option. G flat. There it is. I lay awake at night. Let it ride. Jesus, he will fix it. B, C. All the passing tones that the number system leaves out. After. The bounce is, again, it's an art. Just the bounce. I got to try something. Just the bounce with the bass. Bum, 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 bum. And that's all we're going to give you on this video. This is Sam Topa, Sound of Joy Music Services. Viewer request, Trouble in My Way in E flat. Showing you different styles, working off, of course, the scales. And as always, if you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because we've got still 6 more viewer requests to get to. Leave that thumbs up, for the like, and as always, leave a comment. See you on the next viewer request.